Ladies and gentlemen, I took my first MSC cruise. Here is the good, the bad, and the ugly. Cruising is my absolute favorite way to vacation, hands down. I didn't know a great deal about MSC before I booked this cruise. I did do some research and I was impressed with the ships and also the price. This 3-day cruise was very affordable. I love leaving out of the port of Miami. The skyline is absolutely beautiful. Pulling up to the port, seeing the ship, there's no greater feeling than that. The embarkation process was so smooth, so seamless. Bam, 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 you're in and out, and then before you know it, you're walking on the gangway, about to board your ship for the next 3 days in this adventure that MSC has planned. And here we go. My cabin was relatively easy to find. It was on deck 14. I did get a junior balcony cabin. This is the smallest balcony cabin in this class. Deck 14, cabin 14023. As you open it, you realize that it's a pretty spacious cabin. Now the bed does take up most of the cabin. I love the floor to ceiling mirror as well. That was a nice touch. A lot of European finishes, heavy furniture, very sturdy. I like the color scheme as well. The balcony, however, is the star of this cabin. Once you go balcony, you don't go back. And look at the Miami skyline. Absolutely breathtakingly beautiful. The other thing that impressed me about the cabin was the size of the bathroom. Shower is huge, lots of space to move around. I loved it. I hit the lunch buffet on the upper decks and I found more than a few vegan choices. Mostly fruits, mostly vegetables, of course. So essentially, I made a few different plates and I ate all of them. Now that my belly is full, let's go check out the ship. For a quick escape filled with food, music, sun, and sea, the MSC Magnifica delivers a luxury experience without the luxury price tag. MSC Magnifica has a variety of lounges, each with its own vibe. The Tiger Bar has bold decor, live music, and a dance floor to make this spot the lively place to be in the evenings. Of course, the casino is large and spacious. There's also a cigar lounge, a unique old world atmosphere. This lounge offers a distinct escape. Every night there's a live show in the Royal Theater, ranging from acrobatics to musical performances. The Purple Bar is a little quieter. You can go read, journal, chat over a nice glass of wine, and have a nice relaxed time. There's a sports bar and a bowling lane. It's not a bowling alley, it's a bowling lane, but still, you have the option. There are 5 main restaurants and a buffet on board. While most menus lean toward Mediterranean cuisine, there's always something for everyone. I enjoyed exploring the ship and finding new and interesting things to do. From the moment you board, the MSC Magnifica lives up to its name. The ship is part of the MSC's Musica class and balances classic luxury with contemporary design. It's not one of the mega ships, so it's easy to get around, yet still packed with features that make your short cruise feel like a full vacation. There's one main pool area, plus a covered pool for cooler weather and multiple whirlpools to soak in. The fitness center is open 24/7 with cardio and weight machines, and it overlooks the ocean. There's no better place to watch the sail away than on your own balcony. This view is magnificent. I never get tired of this. Let's go get some dinner. For dinner, my appetizer was a fresh, vibrant salad with cucumbers, tomatoes, bell peppers, carrots, and more. Main entree was a beautiful Indian-inspired plate with creamy yellow lentil dal, steamed basmati rice, a rich potato and pea curry, and a side of saag. You know I'm a big fan of dessert. Vegan mango mousse cake, layered over a crumbly shortbread-style crust and topped with a fresh strawberry. Creamy and full of tropical flavor, this was the perfect end to my first day on board. Key West is the first stop on this 3-day MSC cruise, and it also happens to be my birthday. Thank you for the card, MSC. That was a very nice touch. I start my day off with breakfast, of course, coffee, orange juice, fruit, and this plate of vegetables, grilled tomatoes, roasted mushrooms, hash browns, and beans. It was phenomenal. What also was phenomenal was the weather that was provided by nature to enjoy the vibe that is Key West. It was picture perfect. I couldn't ask for a better day to explore the city. So let's get off the boat and let me show you what I saw and what I did today. Stepping off the ship was quick and easy. The port is walkable, and you're just minutes away from the heart of Old Town Key West. One thing I love about Key West is how charming and colorful everything is. The streets are lined with pastel buildings, quirky shops, live music just about everywhere you go as well. Key West is quaint and touristy, vibrant and festive, charming and historic, weird and interesting, all at the same time. You don't really need to have anything planned when you get off the ship. Just strolling through the streets, you will stumble upon interesting bars, restaurants, shops, museums, and galleries. While exploring the city, I came across the oldest house in Key West. It was built in 1829 by a ship's carpenter. It's well preserved and serves as a window into the past. When you step inside, you'll find original furnishings, family portraits, and preserved architecture. This separate cookhouse kept the heat away from the house and reduced the risk of fire. All right, enough of the history lesson. I need to find some vegan food in Key West. I stumbled upon the cafe, which is not a vegan 100% complete restaurant, but they do have a plethora of vegan options. The ambiance is eclectic. The decor is amazing. The menu is phenomenal. The service, top tier. I started out with this watermelon mint juice. Refreshing and amazing. I opted for the Caesar kale salad. Kale, Caesar kale, whatever you want to call it. That thing was massive and huge. Entree was this soba noodle stir fry. This thing had damn near every vegetable in the garden. And of course, they had an option or two of vegan desserts. This carrot cake changed my life, and this key lime pie was phenomenal. I could have eaten the whole carrot cake. As usual, Key West did not disappoint. The weather was phenomenal and the vibe was fantastic. Now it's time to get back on board and have a great evening. Little known fact about me, I used to work on a cruise ship. Being on a cruise just feels like home. The appetizer this evening, vegetable spring rolls, served with a sweet chili dipping sauce and a side of cabbage and carrots. Dinner was a vibrant vegetable stir fry with green beans, cabbage, and carrots, topped with a lightly fried tofu. And then guess what? I ordered another Indian plate of food. Chana masala chickpeas and a spicy tomato sauce, steamed basmati rice, an eggplant curry, and a serving of stewed okra. And rounding out tonight's dinner was a raspberry mousse pie. Not as sweet as I hoped it would be. And after dinner, took in a show in the main lounge. What a day. Can't wait till tomorrow. This day, in every sense, was absolutely perfect and spectacular and beautiful. Look at the view from the deck. This island is perfection. When you get off the boat on Ocean Cay, you're greeted like this. Lots of beautiful people singing and dancing and celebrating your day. It was an absolutely beautiful welcome. And then you have a couple options when you get off. There are excursions you can take, or you can choose to do nothing, like we did. We decided to take one of the shuttles that take you around to stops on the island that you can get off. And you can pick and choose your stops depending on what you want your view to be. So we opted to go to the very last stop so that our view would be nothing but ocean. There were a couple stops in between, and if you got off, there were nice areas, but you were overlooking water and you saw the ship on the other side. You'll see what I'm talking about in a few minutes. But this is just beautiful. We're on a golf cart just chilling, and they are driving us around on the island. And this is the last stop. Got off, walked around a little bit, and everywhere you look is just beautiful views, beautiful water. The day was just perfect. The weather could not have been better. Picturesque, postcard worthy. The thing though about being on the far side of the island is you're away from the main part where most of the food is and all the activity. So when you go all the way to the other side, your options are a bar. There's a bar on that side. And then there are a couple food trucks. So you don't have a variety of food, but you are able to get a drink and you are able to get some food. I opted, of course, to take the longest nap in the history of naps. I took a 3-hour nap on the beach. That's all I wanted to do. Relax, soak up some sun. So this is the other area you could have gone and you looked out over the ship. As you can see, it's not very crowded. There aren't people overrunning the area. It's beautiful. Palm trees, water, the bluest, warmest, most amazingly perfect water you will see in your life. I got in for a little bit just to get my feet wet, but mostly I set my butt on the beach and I napped, and it was beautiful. This is the way I wanted to spend my day. Relaxing on the beach, soaking up sun. The weather was perfect, the water was perfect, the sand was perfect, the day was perfect. We went back again on the golf cart. It picks you up, takes you back to the boat, and you really didn't have to do anything. Didn't really have to lift a finger to do much to enjoy this day. It was absolutely the most relaxing, calming, rejuvenating day that I needed. This is why I came on vacation. Let's jump into dinner on the last night of the cruise. I started out with falafel patties served over arugula with sliced tomatoes and red onion, with a side of sweet tangy dipping sauce. The main course was Voodoo's Primavera, spiralized carrot, zucchini, and squash tossed in a hearty tomato sauce. Needless to say, this was not enough for your boy to eat, so I also ordered another Indian plate of food. All in all, the food on this cruise was absolutely amazing. There were 1 or 2 things that did not hit, but overall, I felt like I was well fed. There were many highlights to this cruise. The first being the island and the beach, phenomenal, perfect day. The second being this daggone sorbet. I had this every single night of the cruise. I missed 1 or 2 flavors. I might book another MSC cruise just to try the flavors that I missed. The last night of your cruise is always the hardest. It's the saddest. It's the worst. You have to pack up your suitcase, return to your real life. No more beaches and pina coladas. Everything about this cruise was top-notch, A1. The food, though, was probably rated the lowest because I didn't have multiple vegan options. Everything else, absolutely would recommend. As always, if you're looking for easy and delicious plant-based recipes, grab my free recipe pack. The link is in the description below. And thanks for watching. I appreciate it. I got more plant-based travel and food content coming your way.